Welcome to at least one tip for every Salamanders stratagem. Remember to like and subscribe. Let's begin.
It seems the Salamander man has entered the ring!
The Crucible of Battle is already great as an on-demand +1 to wound, and it's often used to get this bonus on melta-weapons before you reach tactical, but you can also combo it with Strength of the Primarch to get an effective +2 to wound in melee. For example, a Strength 4 unit versus a Toughness 5 target can go from wounding on 5s to wounding on 3s. The Fires of Battle is a really strong option for splitting fire against a target with a damage cap when you don't want to commit your entire squad to shooting at it. For example, if you have aggressors in range of both some warriors and a Catan shard, you could use this to potentially hit the shard's damage cap while still focusing on the warriors. Also, this strat only works on one weapon on one model, so make sure to roll it separately from the rest of the unit. Strength of the Primarch goes off at the start of the fight phase, so keep that in mind when you've got multiple units on the board that are already engaged. Try using this on a unit to encourage your opponent to activate there first, so you can potentially get first swing in a more strategically important fight. Also, combine this with Drake Smiter for the single most powerful melee attack in all of Space Marines, with 6s to wound resolving at a whopping 12 damage. This Flamecraft combo requires at least 3 CP, but consider leaving some aggressors just outside of the range of a Lord of Fire character to bait your opponent into charging them, then pair it with Overwatch for some serious damage. Immolation Protocols is usually used to punish opponents who remain in combat with a sizable squad of aggressors, but it can also be good for the same reason on a squad that has some heavy flamers mixed in, or are carrying combi flamers and melee weapons, such as Sternguard veterans. If you can pull the non-flamer models after a charge, you can use this with your surviving flamers for some potentially devastating results, especially if you're already in tactical. It might seem redundant to use one of our best strats targeting the unit that's already being charged, but if that unit is near Adrax, the heroic intervention granted by Born Protectors will allow them to benefit from his Unto the Anvil rule in addition to Shock Assault. Most people know Relentless Determination as the heavy melta rifles are free now but I don't like hitting on 4s strat. However, it can see some of its best use on the Redemptor Dreadnought. As long as it has 4 or more wounds left, this puts it on top bracket until your next turn. Rise from the Ashes is best used if a stacked support character like an Apothecary gets sniped, and there's little chance of them getting charged later in the turn. Using this in the fight phase can allow your opponent to consolidate in such a way that severely limits your options of where you could place your revived character. While it's usually best to use self-sacrifice in early game to protect your Melta-Gun line with some tanky troops, keep in mind that you can also use this to protect literally any infantry unit. This includes allies and even assassins, which can open up some very interesting combos. Stand Your Ground pairs well with the stealthy successor tactic, and is especially good against weapons with shuriken or similar effects. For example, a squad of Storm Shield Terminators with cover will still be saving on 2s against AP3. Rites of Vulcan lasts the entire battle round, so it works best when you're going first, since it'll still be active during your opponent's turn to make your Overwatch that much better. It also stacks with the Storm of Fire Warlord trait, meaning you can potentially have a unit of aggressors forcing a unit onto its invul save with 6s to wound. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next one.